Yeah, I'm still headed that way. As you can see, there are no tracks in here. Nobody's been in here since that winter storm we had, and it's sort of an in-between time for ATVs and for snowmobiles, you know. The snowmobiles will just be starting now, but they're not quite out in full force. So it's just a day that I caught a break. You can see my snowshoe tracks there going back that way. They're the only tracks besides wild animal tracks. That's the way I like it, you know, just to get in these places when they're nice and quiet. Yeah. This trail turns to the right up here, and then it goes for a bit more, and it comes out to an open area, and that's the area I want to reach to get some pictures. Man, it's a good workout, let me tell you. There aren't any really big hills on this trail, but there are hills like there are everywhere else around this area. And yeah, with the snow and the snowshoes, it all adds up, and it really gives you a good workout. But I'm not afraid of a good workout. Yeah, got to keep in shape. Otherwise, you let yourself go, it's very difficult to get back. Yeah, lots of people, they let their health go, their body, they don't take care of it, and getting back is just too difficult for them. Yeah, but anyways, that's them. I'm not going to do that. Anytime I see my my gut getting a bit too sticking out for me, I mean, my dad, when he got older, he looked like he was pregnant. I mean, the rest of his body was fine, but his gut, it stuck out as if he was pregnant, 9 months. So I don't want to get like that. So I'm always keeping an eye on my gut, and if it starts to look like it's sticking out too much, I cut down on what I eat, and I get more exercise. That's what you have to do. You know, if you want to stay in shape, you got to put some effort into it. All the tracks around here, rabbits mostly. Yeah, that's what the foxes live on. Bobcats, lynx, even wolves, they'll eat rabbits. Yeah. Yeah, I'm still making my way forward. It's going to get a little bit dark in here now because the sun is going to go behind the bushes here. I'll just keep the video running for a bit, you know, because I'm sure anybody who likes this kind of stuff enjoys seeing it, because I know I would, you know. If I know I'd like something, then I'm sure there are other people that would too. These tracks you see here going in a straight line here, they're grouse tracks. Yeah, the grouse, they do come out now and again into the snow, but mostly they stay underneath the evergreen trees. And underneath the evergreen trees, it's still bare ground underneath there. They can get food, and it's a safe place to stay from hunters and predators, you know. And hide from the predators, because I'm sure a hungry fox would love nothing better than a grouse for dinner, or a rabbit. Yeah, but that's the way nature is, you know. Nobody, you never see anybody in the news saying, oh, the poor rabbits, the poor grouse getting eaten up by the coyotes and the foxes and the wolves. But then a domestic animal comes into the picture, and oh my goodness, people's minds, they go crazy. A cat or a dog being eaten by a coyote, oh, it's horrendous. They can't even control themselves. They're in tears. It just brings, you know, I just shake my head and I say, well, it's just the insanity of humanity that they can't see. They've got blinders on, you know. Blinders have been put there by the society that they live in. And they can't see reality anymore. Yeah. And that's one thing you learn out here in the bush, especially if you hike out in the bush alone like I do. It really brings reality into focus, and I love living in reality because that's true life. You know, all that brainwash stuff that people live in the cities, you know, they think it's real, but it's not. Yep. They're living in a fantasy. And there's nothing I can do about it because, you know, once your mind is trapped in that in any fantasy, you know, you've taught your mind that it's real, and nothing is going to change that. Like I like using the Pope as an example, trying to explain to the Pope, or trying to teach the Pope that there is no such thing as God. He wouldn't even listen, you know. I mean, he might listen, his ears might hear it, but his brain is switched off because that's what he's brainwashed into. And that's how people get brainwashed. And religion, of course, is a big one, but I blame the media for a lot of it. The media, the way they pick certain stories and they try to light a fire underneath them to get them really going, because that's how they make their money. So, and then people, they eat it up, you know. They eat it up like chocolate, like ice cream. They eat it, gulp, gulp, gulp. They can't get enough of it. And before you know it, their minds are brainwashed with it. And that's all that's real to them. So, but I'm sure if a lot of people got to get out here like I do, alone, I mean, if you come out here with somebody else or a dog or something like that, you're not alone and you can't get the proper feeling out of it. When you're alone and you stop and you listen to the silence and you see the way things happen out here in the wilderness, the way they really are, you know, none of that phony stuff, fake stuff that you see in big cities, you know, in people's minds. It's all real out here, you know. You can't get more real. And then once you have that to ground you, you can apply that to other parts of life, you know. So I hear things moving out there in the bush. Anyways, that's why I like to show this as much as I can. I mean, for people that are totally, well, they have their blinders on and the blinders actually have become part of their physical bodies, you can't do anything about that. But there are people that they're on the edge that can learn from this. And that's the kind of people that this kind of stuff might help, you know. That's why I do this, these videos and these hikes, and I put them online. Like I said, originally the blog was just for my family, but I do get the odd person coming on that, you know, that knows what I'm talking about. So that's nice to see anyways, that only 99% of humanity is insane. Let's go.